Hey guys, what's going on? And today we're going to go for a little bit of a drive and I'm going to explain to you why I'm no longer going to be pursuing this coin laundry business. As excited as I was to sort of try and get a small business that can run sort of in the background and give me a bit of extra income, everyone knows that with shares, real estate, small businesses, everyone has to do their research and homework. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why I'm not going to be purchasing this business. Now, this business is reasonably cheap compared to most on the market. It is in a nice area, not a lot of apartments and small complex units in the area, which is already a little bit of a no-no. But I sort of had hope in it because it was a nice area. I thought people would do their laundry, go for walks at the beach while they're waiting, or go down to the local cafe that's nearby, and a lot of things like that. And the current business owner's claims made it seem like it was going to be a very good purchase. Once I get further into the details, I'll be showing you guys how much he told me that it was producing early on in my interest in the company, and then most recent claims of even more making money. But all the numbers just didn't really match up. I'll be going over these a little bit further in the video and giving you guys some tips and what you should be looking for if you're thinking about purchasing a business in these times where people, might be getting desperate to try and sell. Things are going to start going cheap. There's a lot of businesses out there for sale, but you just got to do your research. As you can see, it was a beautiful day going down here for a drive to the laundromat. And just a heads up, over the past week and a half, I've gone to the coin laundry business roughly 8 times to try and see how many people are using it, the cost of the washing, drying, and also to go over the equipment just to see if it's all working in order, if there's a lot of people using it like he claims. I'll show you my little spreadsheet with all the costs, all the utilities, council rates, rent, water, gas, and even some of the subscription costs like the security. And if you were to not do your own research, you could try and trust all these documents that the buyer has given the realtor who's selling the business. And this is how a lot of people can fall into traps, because his claims just do not make sense with once I show you my evidence. And here we are, just pulling up to the laundromat right now. Alright guys, so let's get into the financials. So a lot of this information I received with requesting bills of electricity, gas, rates, lease receipts, and all that. So as you can see, this is a council rates bill. The next one, this is going to be an electricity bill. As you can see, that most of this stuff was calculated by the averaging daily cost, $3.42. This is a gas one, $16.48 averaging a day. As you can see here, there's all the water that was charged through one of the bills, and the rent, the lease, and then just some like water sewage costs and stuff like that. So let's go over it with a little bit more depth. I got this Excel up here that I can show you all the costs that he gave me, and I averaged them up a little bit, and these are going to be per week costs, so I could work out how much it's going to cost to run minimum per week. So as you can see, all of his bank fees averaged out to per week was $9.50. Electricity $12, gas $80, the insurance $29 per week, rates $30 per week, rent $359 per week, subscriptions for like the security and whatnot $38 per week, waste charges, water charges $12 and $40 per week, totaling up to $609. And just to sort of add a little bit of leeway on there, I averaged it up to $650. Now all of this doesn't seem too bad, $650 if the owner's claims were actually true. At the beginning of the inquiry of the business, I was told that it was turning over roughly $1,000 per week, averaging about $850 per week turnover. He then at a future point in time when I requested more electricity bills and gas bills, he then claimed that performance has picked up and it was actually turning over now $1,500 worth of turnover. Now let's try and see if this is actually true. So I went to the business, went and sussed out how much it costs for someone to do a load of washing and drying. On average, as you can see down here, cost to run the laundry, small wash was about $5, large wash $7. You could buy the cleaning powder there for $1 for a quarter cup. The dry is $1 per 5 minutes. So on average, I worked it out for one person, one wash. It was about $10 to $12 to do one load of washing. So going off $10 to $12 per one wash per person, to even just make his original claim of $1,000 turnover per week, down here, to achieve $1,000 turnover, had to be an average of 83 people per week, putting in $10 to $12 per week. To achieve his further claim of $1,500 turnover per week, they had to actually bring in 125 people per week. Now, seeing these stats from himself, it sounds really good, like great. It's only going to cost me $650 per week to run. I'm going to be making, nearly double my money per week if it's going to hit $1,500. Even upwards of $850 profit per week. Like, that's a massive, massive profit for return on investment when considering the business is advertised for $88,000. And according to the realtor, he was pretty much pushing to be able to sell it quite cheaper and being able to convince the seller to just sell. I was expecting around 50 to 55 grand. And this is where my research really came through, because throughout the week and a half, I did about 8 visits to the laundromat to see if it's actually busy. If it was going to be pulling in 83 to 125 people there, I was bound to rock up with people in the laundromat at least. Quite a few visits were around lunch times, around dinner times, after dinner times, and even tonight. I went there 5:30 and there was no one in there. I gave them 1 hour, I left at 6:30, not one person showed up. So this worries me, because 125 people per week, you're going to average 18 people per day. Most other visits throughout the week, I went in there, went to see if the dryers were warm, if they'd been used, the washing machines were wet. On average, a couple of times, 2 dryers were warm, 3 dryers were warm. But, to see 18 people throughout the week, well, every day going there, I started thinking it was hard to believe, considering I only went there one day when there was actually 3 people in there. And this is when you got to sort of start to think, is that why this business is selling for so cheap? Is it too good to be true? And it is. $55,000 investment to bring in $1,500 turnover per year with tax benefits to be able to claim utilities, all this, vehicle. A lot of benefits come with a small business. So why would they want to sell? Apparently they were selling because they were too busy. They had too many other little businesses to go around. But really, a coin laundromat doesn't take that much effort to run, in my opinion. I haven't done it before, but they got to go there once, twice, 3 times a week, empty the coin slots, clean up the place, make sure everything's running, check on the equipment. You can do that in half an hour to an hour every second day. That to me is not really that much effort for the return on investment. So in conclusion, I've decided to not go ahead with this business purchase. I've emailed through to the realtor to see if all of my findings are somehow incorrect, and if he can somehow prove to me the busy days, even with security camera footage, a couple of screenshots of it, quite a few people in there on multiple days. Other than that, this is definitely why you got to do your own research, do your homework, and hopefully you guys might have learnt something and sort of see the way that I evaluated this business to see if it was a good purchase or not. And I hope you guys check out my future videos give this video a like, a subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll get these next few videos uploaded as soon as I can. And catch you guys later.